Okay, welcome back to chapter 2 of Are You Ready for Chinese International Travelers? So this chapter is called the Chinese Cultural Backpack, because everybody is having what you call the cultural backpack, so the values, the ideas you grew up with in whatever culture you have been growing up. So this is talking about the foundations of the behavior and the expectations of Chinese tourists, which in most cases might be very different from the culture you grew up in. So we will look at how Chinese tourists are behaving and what are the background reasons for these, especially when they're traveling outside their own culture, outside China. Many of these things might not be even very clear to the Chinese customers themselves, because your cultural background you take for granted if you grew up in a specific society. But for us, providing good service, of course, we have to understand what is driving the Chinese customers, so they can have a satisfactory, even delightful experience coming and visiting us and using our products and services. So again, this chapter has 6 sub-chapters, and every chapter, and so we will talk about what is this cultural backpack concept about. We try very shortly to look at the 5,000 years history of China and understand how traveling has, and the ideas about what traveling is for, has been shaped by the history of China in a specific way. We will look at some traits of the Chinese culture, and number 1 is collectivism, so that you have to act in conformation with the group, and these groups can be different ways. We will look at the question of hierarchy, of age, of status, of gender in the Chinese society. We will look for how time and flexibility and timekeeping is seen in the Chinese culture. And we will look, of course, at China today. So China is not isolated at all from the global development. So you can see a lot of changes outside, at the outside appearance, but there is, of course, still a cultural core you have to know about. So when you finish this chapter, you will have an answer to many strange kind of behaviors you may have noticed when you have been dealing with Chinese people, and that will help you to understand much better why the Chinese are behaving in the way they are behaving. And so this will, as a transfer to practice, give you a lot of clues how to organize your specific services for Chinese visitors. So go ahead.